Welcome to my channel. I am the Blunt Reader, and thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already. Like this video, turn on the post notifications so that when I post a new video you are notified. Also follow me on Instagram at the Blunt Reader. I do pick a card readings over there as well on a daily basis or almost daily basis. So this pick a card reading is going to be about whether or not you should leave or whether or not you should stay. Now, whatever the situation is for you, could be a relationship, could be a friendship, could be a job, a particular state, city, whatever it is for you. If it resonates for you, then the message is for you. However, this is general, so it may not resonate with your situation at this particular time. But you can go ahead and look in the description box to see a list of all of the decks that I am using today. Also check the comments. There should be a pinned comment with the time steps in it for you. So there are 4 groups here. So from left to right, this is group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. So take a few seconds, allow a number to come to you as you meditate on whatever your situation is. If you feel that to choose more than one number, then go with that. Trust whatever you feel. This is your intuition, so whatever your intuition is telling you, go with that. Okay, group number 1. So these are your cards, and I mean, from the tarot cards alone, it definitely looks like a relationship that is taking place here. So starting with the Romance Oracle, it says, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So this may be a message of needing to practice more self-love, putting more attention on yourself than this other person. I also get the feeling that there may be some insecurities that need to be addressed, that need to be healed, that need to be focused on during this time. We have the Sun right next to that. We also have the Lovers. We actually have the Lovers here twice. So for 2 decks, we have the Lovers here. So definitely a relationship, could definitely be a marriage with the 4 of Wands here as well. I feel like this is a very spiritual connection. It's one of those connection, could be a twin flame situation if that's something that you believe in. But I feel like it's definitely a spiritual connection. Whatever label you want to put on it, it is a divine partnership. But because it is a divine partnership, I feel like it's going to be one of those situations where you may get triggered a lot of the time, which may be why some of these insecurities could be coming up. But it looks like there's a lot of happiness here with the Sun. The Sun is happiness, joy, and fulfillment. So what has you questioning whether or not you should stay in this situation or whether you should leave? Is it because you're not having sex? Because the card says not having sex. We do have respect issues, so maybe there's a lack of respect. But with not having sex and just busy, I feel like if this person has been acting differently, and maybe it's not sex for you because maybe, you know, you're not bumping body parts, but if this person has been more distant, if they're not communicating in the way that they used to communicate, if they just don't feel like, you know, the person they were initially, it could be bringing up some insecurities. Maybe they're not wanting to have sex with you as much because they're busy. So because they're busy, they're tired. But maybe you are taking that more personal than you need to. I don't feel like this is a situation that you should leave, though. Depending on what these respect issues are, it's going to be different for everybody. But overall, I feel like this respect issues has more to do with boundaries and maybe not respecting one another's boundaries, or somebody is not respecting the other person's boundaries. So I feel like if that is the case, then, you know, be very clear about what boundaries are in your relationship, in your friendship, your connection, whatever type of relationship this is. Be very clear about those boundaries and respect them. But I do not feel like this is a situation that you should leave. I do feel like it is one that brings you fulfillment, one that makes you happy. There are just some, feels like minor hiccups with legal or contract matters, especially with the 4 of Wands being here. It could definitely be a marriage, and maybe the initial honeymoon phase, even though I really don't like that phrase, but for lack of a better word, is kind of over, and all of the passion, all of the fire, all of the romance that was once there is no longer there because life has happened, and you're busy with work, you're busy with the kids, you're busy with everything else that you have to take care of outside of a relationship, and it feels like somebody just feels neglected. Not necessarily that there's anything major going on that would cause you to want to leave, but if it is something that you feel is major, if it is something that really bothers you and you've already tried talking to this person and nothing is changing, then that's something to take into consideration. But my question for you would be, if it's just a matter of maybe them not communicating in the way that they used to communicate, or maybe them not wanting to have sex as much as they wanted to have sex before, and you feel like something else is going on because they're not acting the same way, is that reason enough for you to want to jump ship? Because it feels like you may be looking for a way out. For some of you, because this is general, you may be looking for a way out when there's not really any major issues. Like there's no smoke, there's no alarms going off. You're just you're just looking for a reason to get out. But again, that goes back to loving yourself and having that self-love, knowing your value, your worth, all of those things. It goes back to this love yourself first card, because it feels like there's something that you, could be the other person, could be vice versa, needs to work on, needs to focus on within yourself. And a lot of the things that this person is doing or not doing is bringing attention to whatever needs to be addressed within you. And it may be a lot of things. But I do not feel like this is, a situation that warrants leaving. I don't feel like there's any energy here that says you need to get the hell up out of there right now. We have the take a shot card, and in the back it says, don't take 12, take 1. Okay, maybe 2. Move on. I feel like this is a message of you needing to relax. Like, just calm down. Whatever you're thinking, whatever stories and scenarios you come up with in your mind is just in your mind. So don't make this situation bigger than what it needs to be. Talk about it, communicate about it. If you still feel iffy about it, check your ego. Make sure that you don't feel iffy about it because of your insecurities. If you feel iffy and it's your intuition, then that's something different. But you got to make sure that you understand what is your intuition and what is your ego. So again, I don't really feel like this situation is one that warrants you to leave. I can't tell you what to do, though. It's your life. So you can, based on the cards that are here, based on the energy, and based on what is going on in your personal situation, you can make the decision for what is going to be best for you moving forward. So I'm going to read this last oracle card. This is the postcard from Spirit. I know you probably can't see that. Well, you might be able to if you got good eyes, but I am going to read it for you. It says, dearest you, let us ask you, are you looking for happiness outside of your everyday moment-to-moment experience, thinking you will find happiness out there someday? So many go chasing a magic it out there, but it never could be found there. So we want to share a secret that shouldn't be a secret. You are pure joy. What made you is pure joy, and every time you wake up and even when you sleep, you have joy waiting to be expressed inside you. Joy and happiness and fullness come from doing joy, being joy, knowing it, cultivating it, and lighting it in your heart so you can share it. You must know this so when the time comes, you will be fully free, and your joyful being and actions will turn you into a beacon of starlight. Look within and be joyful. Look within and be joyful even for tears and loss, for they mean you have lived, really lived. Jump into it all and love every minute. We all love you like crazy over here. So this is the message. And with this Sun card, I definitely feel like this is it. Like, happiness is an inside job, and I always tell people that because it is. It is a choice that you make. You decide to be as happy as you want to be despite what is going on in your external environment. Happiness is not outside of you. It is not in a relationship. It is not in a person. It is not in a job. You don't have to wait until you get to a specific, number on the scale, until you get to live in this particular place, until you get this type of job, until you have this much money in your bank account. You can be as happy as you want right now. It is a choice that you make. So I think it's important for you to keep that in mind, to not attach your happiness to anything outside of yourself, or else you will always be searching and you will always find yourself disappointed, because people will disappoint you, because we're not perfect. It's bound to happen. So make sure that you are making happiness an internal job and not one that is external. I do hope that this was helpful for you. Again, follow me on Instagram. If you enjoy pick a card readings at The Blunt Reader, be sure to like this video, leave a comment below if it resonated with you in your situation, and I will talk to y'all next time. Group number 2, this is your message from Spirit about whether or not you should leave or stay in this situation. But quite honestly, I feel like for most of you at least, you've already left this situation behind. We have the Trust card. This situation is calling for you to have faith. We have the Five of Wands, we have the Hangman, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Here we have the Five of Wands in reverse, so we have the Five of Wands here twice, and we have 3 cards that are the number 5. The number 5 is symbolic of major changes and major transformations. And we have the 10 of Pentacles here. So you could have left somebody that you were with for a long time, somebody that you have a family with. You could have children with this person. You could have been married to this person. And even if you haven't gotten a divorce, there could definitely be separation here. With this Five of Wands and Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, definitely there's some type of competition. It feels like this could also be a job too. Maybe a job where you weren't being compensated fairly, or you felt like you were overlooked or underappreciated. But the Hangman says that you are at least now going with the flow, because I do feel like there was some resistance here. And with this Five of Pentacles, I feel like the Tower could have also been involved here. So some type of ending that wasn't necessarily one that you were prepared for, something that came as a shock, or some type of revelation that came about in whatever this situation is for you that led to this, situation, this relationship, this connection coming to an end. And it could have been, a bit of a battle, it feels like, with this Five of Wands here, especially with it being here twice. However, I feel like because you are no longer resisting and you're kind of in this Hangman energy of going with the flow and allowing things to happen, not really worrying about anything, because it feels like now you have trust. And if you don't have trust, I feel like this is Spirit's way of saying for you to have faith that things are going to work out for you. Maybe you don't fully understand why things had to happen the way that they did, or why this situation didn't work out the way that you wanted it to work out. But I do feel like this ending or moving away from something is going to be very beneficial to you, and it's going to lead to this 10 of Pentacles energy here. We do have new love coming and not going back to the ex. So I definitely feel like there are a lot of new things, a lot of new opportunities that will be coming in for you. We have Truth Teller here as well. So maybe you had an issue with somebody where they weren't being honest, but it does feel like either this person is going to, come back at some point and be honest about something, or you're going to come in contact with somebody who is going to be honest with you, who is going to communicate openly with you, and you won't have to kind of repeat the same things that you did in this particular situation that you are asking about. So I definitely feel like moving away from this situation is beneficial to you, because it wasn't working out anymore. I feel like this situation could have made you feel very low, maybe very lonely. What I'm seeing is like somebody being separated, or at least feeling separated or isolated from other people that they care about for some reason. So maybe that's for some of you. You know, like maybe you were talking to somebody who didn't really want you to talk to your friends. Like that's like the beginning of an abusive relationship. So maybe that's what this was for you. But this Five of Wands says that there were a lot of people involved in some capacity. Could be a lot of people in their opinion. Somebody could have had a lot of options and choices, whatever it is. I feel like Spirit has moved you away from something that really wasn't all that great for you anyway, and now you're moving towards something that is good for you, something that is better for you, something that is pulling you out of the cold, something that is bringing you towards the light again, because it does feel like it was very dark energy here, very heavy energy, could have been very toxic energy, and I keep getting the message of abuse. So that could definitely be for some of you, or at least one of you, moving out of an abusive situation. And if you are leaving behind anything that you feel is toxic, whether it was abuse, physically, mentally, emotionally, or just somebody who was, you know, a toxic person, then congratulations to you, because it is not easy walking away from somebody that you care about and love, even if they are toxic. So I do feel like if you have chosen to leave something or someone behind, it is going to be for your best interest, because there is a lot of newness coming into your life. Here we have some good shit is happening or is about to happen. Some good shit is about to happen. And then in the back it says, don't let your issues fuck it up. So whatever those issues are for you, don't allow them to fuck it up. Could be that, you know, because you've dealt with people who lie all the time, who cheat, who abuse you, or do things that betray your trust. You have an issue with trusting people, but don't allow what somebody else did to affect anything new that is coming into your life. Don't make the new person serve a sentence for a crime that they did not commit against you. And a lot of the times that's what people do, because it's not even that it's intentional. It's just you've learned to guard your heart, yourself, and you try to protect yourself. But in protecting yourself, sometimes you end up hurting other people because you don't want to be open, or because you're constantly accusing them of something that they did not do. So you in turn push them away, and you don't want to push away somebody who is a benefit to your life, somebody who is a blessing to you, to your life, and somebody that the universe, spirit, God, whoever you believe in, has sent into your life to assist you. So be very mindful of that. Don't go back to this Five of Pentacles energy in reverse, where you feel like it's just you, where you feel like you've been abandoned and neglected. And for some of you, this goes all the way back to childhood, feeling like your parents abandoned you, or they didn't care about you, or they didn't love you, and then you in turn attract people or get into relationships with people who do the same thing, who up and leave you, who ghost you, who don't seem to care about you and love you. But these are the people that you cling to. And it's just a repetitive cycle. So once Spirit, you know, pulls you up out of this and you're moving towards the light, don't go back to the dark. Continue to fight to move forward, because you do deserve this Ten of Pentacles energy here. This is stability. This is a home. This is a family. This is also legacy and enterprise in terms of work and business. So I feel like there's so much goodness coming to you. Don't allow it to be tainted because of things and people from your past. Make sure that you are fully healing from these situations, fully addressing the things that need to be addressed so that you can move forward. So I am going to read a postcard from Spirit here. I don't think you will be able to read it unless you have really good eyes, but I will. It says, "Dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals, and that you've had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune into the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality." This Five of Pentacles energy. as your reality, but we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not in arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? So there you have it. Change is gonna come for you, and I feel like for a lot of you, you've already started taking the necessary steps to get to where it is that you want to go, and there's so much goodness coming to you because of that, because of you stepping out on faith. Like, even if, you know, spirit had to drag you a little bit, now you're there and you're in this hangman energy. Look at things from a different perspective. Don't look at it as, why is this happening to me? Look at it as, why is this happening for me? What is it trying to show me? What is it trying to teach me? What can I take from this situation or these situations, and how can I use that to be better because of it? So group number 2, I do hope that this was helpful for you. Please be sure to like this video. Leave me a comment below if this resonated with you, and also follow me on Instagram if you enjoy pick a card readings, because I do them on there almost daily at The Blunt Reader. All of that information is going to be in the description box below. So I'll talk to y'all later. Group number 3, this is your message from Spirit about whether or not you should leave or if you should stay in this situation, whatever the situation is for you. So the first card we have out is unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. We have the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is deception and manipulation. This Knight of Cups card is what was standing out to me, because like the cup isn't even really there. Like, it's, I mean, I don't want to say invisible because you can see it, but barely. Like, what is this cup? Is it, I'm confused. Like, is it being offered? Is it even anything in the cup? Like, did you fill the cup with poison? Like, is it some untraceable poison that you can't see? Like, it don't have a color, it don't have a taste, it don't have a smell. Like, what is in this cup? Especially with the Seven of Swords here. This cup looks a little bit suspect to me, and I'm not really sure if I trust it. Especially with the Seven of Swords being here, because this is about deception. The Page of Cups for me is always about a person trying to make amends, somebody trying to apologize, or trying to right their wrongs. But for me, if the Page of Cups is here, that means that somebody has already done something before that they have apologized for, and now they're coming back again, apologizing again with this empty ass cup though. And so I feel like that's what it is. This is somebody who makes empty promises, somebody who apologizes, but it's still like, I still don't trust you. I don't believe that you're actually sorry. And I said this in one of the readings for the zodiac signs, and I don't remember which one it was for, but this is somebody who's just like, I'm sorry for everything. And it's like, okay, but what is everything? What exactly did you do? What exactly are you sorry about? Because I don't really know what everything is. I need to know that you know and understand what you did wrong, so that we can work on correcting it and moving forward. But if you're just saying that you are sorry for everything, that doesn't really feel sincere to me, because it doesn't really say that you're taking responsibility and taking accountability for your actions. And I feel like you still gonna be in the Seven of Swords energy, like sneaking and geeking. Unrequited love. This situation may not be something that you want to stay in. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just giving you the message from Spirit. I feel like this is not a situation that you want to stay in. Even though we have these cups here, the cups don't even feel right to me in this particular situation. We have change your perspective. This is 14, which breaks down to the number 5. 5 is about change, as in change whoever this person is, as in change this person that you are seeing, change your relationship status, change your job, whatever it is, change. I feel like somebody is, I also feel like somebody's wearing a mask. We don't have the deception card from the romance oracles, but it says in that deck, like somebody is wearing a false mask in this relationship. That's what it feels like. Like sometimes this energy, a lot of the times they're this energy, but then they try to be the knight in shining armor. But are you really though? Like you can't even really build anything with a knight. You need to build something with a king, or better, the emperor. Not knocking the Knight of Cups, like it's not, nothing against you, bruh. But in this instance, you feel a little shaky. Stop reaching out. Number 10 breaks down to the number 1, a new beginning. A new beginning with somebody else, not with this person, not in this situation. So if you've been reaching out to this person, trying to get them to communicate to you, stop. Stop giving your energy to this situation. We have this card and it says love. And then in the back it says, get some, give some, it would cheer your ass up. Yeah, but like real love though. Not this empty ass love. There you go. That's what it feels like. Empty love. Empty love that's full of empty promises. I'm going to do better. I'm going to be what you need. I'm changing. I'm trying to change, etc., etc., etc. Bullshit is what I feel here. So I feel like this is a situation that you should move away from, and moving away from it is going to benefit you. I do not feel like this is something that is going to work. Like no matter how much you keep trying to reach out, no matter how much you keep trying to put forth effort, it's just not going to work. At least not in the way that you want it to work. So if, you're being told that it's not going to work, and I feel like you already know that. Like your intuition would already be telling you like, girl, guy, this just isn't it. This isn't it for you. We don't want this for you. We want better. So let us help you get to better. Let us help you get to true love. Not empty ass love. Not struggle love. Not love that you have to always fight for. Love you can trust. Not the 7 of Swords shit. So I feel like Spirit might be telling you to let this go. It's going to be in your best interest to let it go. Let it go. I know that ain't how the song go, but that's how I go this time. Or you could be like Frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Your postcard from Spirit. So this is your postcard from Spirit. I am going to read it for you. It says, dearest you, we have a secret for you. The more you think you know, the less you actually do. So if you are willing to keep an open mind, you will avoid the narrow confines of the know-it-all and open up to the unlimited potential that can be discovered only by the curious optimist. Curiosity allows you to discover new things, see the world from a different perspective, and find answers to questions you might not even know you have. Right now, whatever is going on, it's important to know that you are not aware of all the aspects of it you need to see to make an informed choice. You might be projecting a story that isn't totally true. So, moving forward, your mantra could be, I don't know, or that's interesting, as you keep your mind and heart open to new experiences and a richer existence overall. All of us over here want you to be all you can be. We are cheering for you. Can you hear us? So, I mean, this postcard from Spirit seems like you may be ill-informed. For some of you, though, the 7 of Swords is self-deception. You deceiving yourself about what this could be. Like you seeing this invisible empty-ass cup as a cup that's really full, and it's not. And for others of you, you could be making up the 7 of Swords energy, lying to yourself, and projecting a story onto this other person or onto this situation that isn't even really true. You may feel like it's unrequited love because of something else that's going on. Maybe you're doing some dirt and you're projecting it onto this other person. Whatever side of the spectrum you are on, you're going to have to, plug yourself in where it fits, if it fits at all. But I do feel like some of you are just lying to yourself. And you keep seeing this person as this knight and all this shiny armor, but, it's not really that. Which is why you're still reaching out, which is why you are still trying, even though unrequited love is here. Because you're lying to yourself. For some of you. For others of you, you could just be making this all up in your head. Making problems, creating problems where there are no problems, where there are no real issues. Like I said, insert yourself into, this plot where you fit, if you fit at all. So, there you have it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at thebluntreader. If you like pick a card readings, like this video please, and leave a comment below if it resonated with you. Group number 4, last but not least, this is your message from Spirit about whether or not you should stay or whether you should go. So for your oracle card, we have healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. We have the strength card, the 8 of swords, the 7 of pentacles, the king of cups. We have strength again, and the 4 of cups. So as I am looking at these cards, especially with this bottom row of cards here, it's not over yet, red flag, see a doctor, social media, soulmate, and no other interests. The see a doctor and healing family issues for me says that maybe you would benefit, or this person that you are connected to possibly, or somebody in your immediate environment would benefit from seeing a counselor, a therapist, or going to somebody who has the knowledge, the wisdom, and the insight in order to help you heal from something. This could be things from your childhood that you haven't dealt with that are affecting the way that you are as an adult, which a lot of time is what happens. Maybe you do need to forgive your parents, even if there was not a lot of dysfunction, even if you had a 2-parent household. Like, there could still be issues or grievances that you have against your parents for whatever reason, or a parent or somebody who had a hand in raising you. The strength card is here twice. This is the card of Leo, and with the strength card being here, it says to me that there is something that requires a lot of restraint. This could be you taming your ego, or the need to tame your ego, the need to address, acknowledge, and work on those shadow aspects of yourself as well. We have the 7 of Pentacles, which talks about walking away from something, cutting your losses because you feel like you've been putting in a lot of time, energy, and effort into something, and maybe you feel like you're not getting a return on your investment. But with this 4 of Cups here, especially because the 4 of Cups is usually something that is given to you by the universe, and it's not being taken, I don't really know if you're actually walking away from this situation. Maybe it is going to require a lot of restraint for you to walk away and stay away from this situation. This could be one of those, back and forth, on again, off again type things. Especially when it's not over yet here. But right next to that, we got red flags. So I feel like this is a situation where Spirit is saying you need to walk away from this situation, but there's something that keeps pulling you back. That something being you. Especially with this 8 of Swords being here, because you feel stuck, you feel trapped, you feel like you don't know what to do in this situation, but the 8 of Swords is a lie. You're lying to yourself, if that's how you feel. Because again, with this 4 of Cups here, I feel like Spirit is giving you a way out. It is trying to, extend a helping hand to you. Like, this situation is not for you. I feel like whatever the situation is for you, you may want something that is not what you need. It's not something that is going to work for you because it's just not meant to work. So I feel like Spirit is saying, with the 7 of Pentacles, gather yourself up and let's go. Like, come on. It's time for you to leave this situation. And it's something that you have the strength to do. But this 8 of Swords says that you're lying to yourself. That you're allowing yourself to get trapped in your mind. That whatever thoughts you have about this situation is what is keeping you in this situation. But it's also keeping you stuck in life in general. It could be because you feel like this person is your soulmate, because we do have the soulmate card here. But just because somebody is your soulmate does not mean that you are meant to be with this person forever. It just means that, your souls know each other. Like, I recognize you, you recognize me. We have no other interest. This could also be an insecurity issue. Like you feel like this situation is as good as it is going to get. Again, that's another lie. It's not. This no other interest and social media card also reminds me of group number 3. So if you chose 3 and 4, then this could definitely be a message for you. But I also feel like you could be making up something in your head because of your insecurities. Because there's something that you need to heal within you, or vice versa. This person is making up, all of these outlandish stories about something that isn't even happening. They feel like you're doing something and you're like, what are you even talking about? I'm turning down all these other offers from anybody else because the only person I want to be with is you. But maybe they are going on social media and looking for something, or you're going on social media looking for something. See a doctor. Definitely says seek help. Creating problems where there are no problems. I feel like there are red flags, but I don't necessarily feel like the red flags are because somebody is cheating. I feel like it could be insecurities because there are things that have not been healed. There are some things that need to be addressed. There are codependency issues. The King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy doesn't have to be any of those signs, but that's what it represents. I feel like either this is you or this is this other person, but whoever it is very fearful when it comes to their emotions. Like, they have a lot of emotions. The feelings are definitely there, but it's like a tsunami inside of them because they don't release it. They don't talk about it. They're not open. They're not expressive. They're not vulnerable. They may not be very affectionate. They could be kind of cold sometimes. And it could be because of some family things, the way that they were raised, what they were taught when they grew up. Some people were taught not to show emotions because that's a sign of weakness, and that's something that you have to unlearn and find another way of doing things. Because even this King of Cups is pouring out the water that's in the cup, just like in the Four of Cups. Water being representative of emotions, but not pouring out emotions in a good way where it's actually being expressed. It's like, no, I don't want this. In the Rebel deck, we have, it's not everyone else's fault, it's yours. And in the back it says, you are a grown-ass adult. Stop blaming others for your shit. Yeah. Stop blaming other people for the mess you created. For your own thoughts, for your own perspective. You are in complete control of that. So I feel like this situation is a situation that you need to move away from. Because you do have the strength, you do have the courage there, but you got to stop lying to yourself. You have to be willing to be honest with yourself. So this is your spirit message. And it says, dearest you, all your prayers are heard and mirrored back to you from the unseen realms. Be grateful, praise things before they manifest, and always ask for the highest good. When you plead and beg, that will bring you only more reasons to plead and beg. Instead, offer your prayers as sacred gifts, as a testament to your faith in a higher power. Open up and let Spirit move through you and comfort you. Add meditation as a way to become empty so you will be ready to be filled with inspired epiphanies, peace, understanding, and joy. In this moment, your prayers are being answered for the highest good of both you and all life. Sometimes what you pray for is not supposed to happen for you, and your prayers will be answered in surprising ways. At this moment, we are listening intently to your prayers and want you to know that your highest good is our priority. All is well, and that's exactly what I was saying. Sometimes what you want isn't what you need. So you may be asking for something to come together. You may be trying to manifest something. You may be praying, whatever it is. And it may be answered, but it may not be answered in the way that you want it to be answered. And you have to be open to that. You have to be open to things not going the way that you want it to go. So, there you have it. I do hope that this was helpful for you. Be sure to follow me on Instagram for more pick-a-card readings at The Blunt Reader. Also, like this video, subscribe if you have not already, and I will talk to y'all next time.